Hey everyone, this is Carrie Ann from Crayons Creations, and I'm super excited to introduce you to my brand new to me sewing machine. It is an old brother machine, and I cannot wait to show you what it looks like. Okay, so this is the brother. It is called the Super Streamliner. It's model 260, and I've been having a hard time researching some of it, but as best I can tell, it dates to about the mid-1950s. And I just got all of the tension sorted out and everything, so let me show you guys what the machine's like. So, first thing that's interesting is on these older machines, I just got 3 older machines that are similar to this, is they have this plug that the motor and the light plug into. So, I'm not sure if I can zoom in enough. No, you can't read it. But if this was unplugged, you'd be able to read under here. It says motor and it says light. So all 3 of my older machines that I just got are like that. This one obviously has had some wiring issues I'm going to have to look into, but it is currently running fine. So in the meantime, I'm not too worried about it, but I'm sure somewhere down the line I'm going to have to deal with that. So then that is what plugs in to your outlet, but it also is what attaches to your foot pedal. So my foot pedal's down there. Now if I was going to sew on this like all the time, I'd run the wire the other way on the table obviously, but for right now I just have it like this. So it comes in a case. I could take it out of the case, but I probably it sits up nicer when it's in this bottom part of its case. I'd love eventually maybe to get it a table that it can drop into. Especially if I find out the dimensions are similar on it to my other machines, so we'll see about that. So this right here, this is your needle tension dial. So you just turn it. Your reverse, something cool. So on a lot of modern machines, when you reverse, you have to hold down a lever or a button. On this one, once you put it in reverse, it stays in reverse until you take it out of reverse. So that's something that I thought was a kind of unique and interesting feature. It does have a drop feed. It is currently very stuck. I have tried turning it. I'm probably going to have to get my husband to help me with the drop feed because it is just not happening right now. It does also have a bobbin winder, so this is pretty cool. You slide the bobbin on right here, and then you clamp those pieces down like that. And believe it or not, it is hard to find machines that have auto stop on the bobbin winding. This has auto stop. This will raise as it winds until it clicks like that when it gets full. So that's really cool. Of course, here's your hand turn wheel over here. And then here is, sorry, I said tension gauge here. I meant to say stitch length. This is your stitch length, not your tension. This is your tension for your needle. So I'm still fighting with getting the bobbin tension perfect, so that's why it's a little bit lower than I'd like. Ideally, I'd get the bobbin tension set so that I can keep this roughly in the middle, but for right now, it's good enough. The bobbin sits down in here, so it's similar actually to my long arm, where you have this piece that, I can't get it, oh, there we go. So you pull this forward, and then you can pop out the bobbin holder and put it back in. I don't want to fiddle with that right now. And then, of course, on the back, you can see it's got its motor back here. And yeah, and then up here is the thread holder. Again, it also threads more like my long arm than my regular domestic machine. So I thought that was interesting too, particularly in regards to this little tensioner. That was something that was new to me when I'd bought a long arm, but because I already had the long arm, it made total sense when I was going through it on here. So I'm not positive that I can sew one-handed, but we are going to try our best. I have a baby quilt for my guild that I'm working on, and I was going to finish putting it together on this machine. Oh, the other thing I forgot to show you guys is the light. So you can turn the light on and off, which is good because that bulb actually gets pretty hot. So this here is your light, and so when you want to sew, the bulb's just right under there, which makes it really easy to change compared to modern machines. So at least if the bulb ever burns out, it is fairly easy to find vintage bulbs. For this video though, I think it actually shows up better if I don't have that light on. So yeah, that's all of the basic setup of this machine. So I'm going to show you guys how it sews in just a second. Okay, so just like any other sewing machine, of course you raise and lower your presser foot with the lever back here. I'm really not sure that I'm actually going to be able to show you guys it sewing, but I'm going to do my best to find a setup for this. Okay, so hopefully my phone doesn't fall and completely ruin this, but yeah, so here we go. I'm just going to sew right on along it. And of course, for some reason, now that I'm pressing it, the motor's not running. Okay, so I had made comment that the motor, the wiring was a little janky, and yeah, apparently if you mess with the wiring too much, like I did when I was showing it to you, it does cause the motor to not run properly. So I've gotten that rearranged. I definitely will have to fix that sometime very, very soon. But here she goes. So I really like it because I feel like it's not too terribly loud. It's a lot quieter than I would have expected for a machine of this age, being fully mechanical and whatnot. In fact, the only time it makes a loud noise is when the motor buzzes weird. But besides that, it runs really smoothly. Okay, so like I said, I do kind of regret messing with those cables, and I will have to take a look at those pretty soon and try to figure out how to make sure all the wiring's good. I've been leaving it unplugged when I'm not using it, just in case there is a major electrical problem with it. But yeah, besides that, I'm loving it. It sews really well. I'll zoom in on those stitches and show you how it looks. So yeah, as you can see, the stitches stayed nice and even. There's the front and the back. So the tension's nice on that. And no problems there. So yeah, overall, I am incredibly happy with this machine. This was definitely my favorites of the machines I recently acquired. So I'm really looking forward to getting everything done, and I'm looking forward to using it, honestly. I've been wanting a good straight stitch machine for a while. Although I love my Janome, sometimes it's nice to just have one that does nothing but what you want it to do, especially because the needle plate is less likely to eat your fabric when you're on a point and stuff like that. So I'm really excited to have a good, solid, straight stitch machine from the 1950s. So anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you have a good day.